everybody, this is Sean of Raw Select Music. I've got another recent record pickups video for you, and I've got a lot of music that I want to share. So with that being said, I'm not going to waste any more time with an introduction. Let's just get into it. I haven't been doing a lot of these videos as of late, and that's because I haven't been doing a lot of bulk orders as of late. I've been doing mostly single orders here and there, and that's largely because I've been checking Jet Set's webpage a lot, by the way, shop Jet Set, and waiting for a listing on certain records that I have a strong feeling are going to sell out, and most of the time I'm proven right. And as soon as the listing pops up, I just buy them outright, and I'll just take the hit of not getting free shipping on a record. With that being said, I think I've got some real gems today. I picked up 4 7-inches, plus a whole host of EPs and LPs. All of them I think are great, and actually some of them are strong enough to be top 5, if not album of the year contenders. So with that introduction out of the way, let's jump into the 7-inches first. First up, we have a funk 7-inch. I haven't been buying a lot of funk 7-inches as of late, but I have been trying to get back into the funk music again. This one stuck out to me. This is Johnny Jacobs' Ain't It Funky, Do Your Own Thing, backed with Keep Doing Your Funky Thing, David Cameron. And although I ordered this a while ago, I really don't remember what it sounds like. So now seems like as good of time as any to remember to jog my memory. So yeah, just some good old-fashioned funky shit. I don't really have much more to say about this record other than it's the sort of funk stuff that's right up my alley, and definitely if you're a fan of funk 7-inch reissues like me, can't go wrong with this guy. Next up, we have a record from The Us, Peace, backed with Let's Do It Today. Similarly to the record that I just talked about, I don't really remember what this record sounds like, but as I was saying before, I've been trying to buy some funk 7-inches again. This one seemed to stick out to me. Plus, there's only about $10, so can't really go wrong with it. Give it a listen.
Webster defines procrastination as putting off
Some bass-heavy, deep funk vibes from this. Really like the sort of spoken word that kicks off the track, which was Let's Do It Today, Procrastination. And I don't really have much else to say about it. Much like the last record, it's just some good old-fashioned funk shit, and that's the sort of stuff that I'm always looking for when I pick up these sort of 7-inches. Alright, now I've got 2 hip-hop 7-inches. This was a Street Corner Music 7-inch that I've been looking at picking up for a while. I'm always interested in having more hip-hop on 7-inch just in case I end up doing a 7-inch set and I don't want to end up bringing out a whole lot of LPs. The tracks are from Dirt Beats, Chains, and Juicy the Emissary, 3 guys that have all released music on Street Corner Music. I love all 3 of these producers, and it really seems like there's some just really good instrumental hip-hop on here, and I'm going to share with you the Dirt Beats track.
Let's do this.
I can tell all 3 of these tracks really hit hard. I really dig that Dirt Beats track. It's really different from some of the other stuff that I know him for, largely him sampling classic records from the likes of Steely Dan or Pink Floyd. And I like the bass line that it has to it, and the drums hit really hard. If you ever come across this 7-inch and you're a fan of instrumental hip-hop like me, can't go wrong with this guy. Alright, last up in 7-inch territory. I don't think this one needs any introduction. Let's give it a listen.
One, two.
Yeah, I don't think this record really needs any more introduction. I will point out, though, that one of the reasons that I do enjoy buying records on 7-inch, other than just the sort of collectability and portability of them, is they generally tend to have louder volumes than their LP counterparts. So when you're playing out at a bar or a club, these to have a much louder volume and make it a lot easier to play out, so you don't really have to do quite as much EQing to get an appropriate volume for whatever setting you're playing them in. So that's definitely one of the reasons that I like 7 inches. But also, I just like saying that I have shit on 7-inch, and this was definitely one that I'm happy to have in my collection. All right, so let's get into the LPs right now. Right off the top, we have the Joe Armon-Jones Turn to Clear View, released on Brownswood this year. This is the follow-up to his album from last year, Starting Today, a record that I really, really like. And I've already actually given this record once through listen. I absolutely love it. And this is easily gunning for a slot in my top 5 this year. But don't take my word for it. Let's give it a listen. That I've noticed on this record is there's definitely seemingly a focus on more hip-hop and dub reggae mixed in with the jazzy sound that he put out on last year's album. The other thing that I've noticed is it seems like this album's a little bit richer. It seems like it's made to be much more of an album listen, and initial thoughts and impressions on this record are very, very positive, and definitely recommend that you check this guy out. Next up, we got Kiefer's Super Bloom, which is actually a collection of his Super Bloom EP as well as his Bridges EP released earlier this year. I've already given this record a once through listen, and it sounds like Kiefer. He does seem to be stretching himself out into some different territory and exploring more music other than just jazz-infused instrumental hip-hop. But the stuff that I've heard from here, I'm really digging. As you might have heard, does seem like he's bringing in some different vibes on this record, and the stuff that I've heard on here, I really like. I can't wait to actually sit down and give this a more in-depth listen, but initial impressions on this record are strong, and once again, Kiefer's got another record that I highly recommend everyone check out. Alright, one record that I bought immediately as soon as I saw it listed was this guy right here. This is Frank Sinatra, Midnight Ride 2. I really wish I had Midnight Ride 1, but I missed that run of records. And that was part of the reason that I grabbed this guy as soon as I could. I'm a huge fan of Frank Sinatra. A lot of it stems from his relationship to the Betty Ford Boys collective, Suff Daddy, Dexter, and him. And the stuff that I've heard from this record, I think this is potentially the best instrumental hip-hop record of this year. Seriously inventive, great atmosphere, incredibly interesting beats. Frank Sinatra really outdid himself on this record, and I cannot recommend this record enough.
Hey.
Thing to note is the record itself also comes with a 7-inch that contains an instrumental from the one track that has vocals on it, as well as a bonus beat track. This track is also really good. Honestly, anyone who thinks that all trap music sounds the same should listen to this record, because Frank Sinatra really shows that it doesn't matter the genre that you're working in. It ultimately comes down to your ability to flip it and do it in your own style and make something unique and original out of it. Love this record, can't recommend it enough. So this last record was another record that I bought individually, and I knew I had to pick it up as soon as a listing popped up for it, because I knew it was going to sell out immediately, and I was proven right on that. And that's this guy. This is Stro Elliot, Moods EP. I've been looking forward to any new music from Stro Elliot for a while, although this is just a collection of beats that I've already heard from Stro Elliot. The chance to have any more music from him on vinyl is just too good to pass up, and these are some of Stro Elliot's finest tracks, including the reason to pick this guy up. The B-side first track, Marvin's Mood, is an absolute masterpiece in beat making, but don't take my word for it. Let me show you the way. noticed about this record with the initial listen that I've given to it is it seems like it's a lot louder than his previous record, which I'm always a fan of because I'm definitely going to be playing some of these tracks out. But also I found in general the tracks on here tend to hit a lot harder than the tracks collected in his previous collection from 3 years ago. So if you can still get your hands on this record, buy it now because this is definitely going to sell out and it's going to be increasingly more difficult to get your hands on it. But of all the records that I've talked about in this video today, this is the one that I was the most hyped for, and I gotta say, Stro Elliot didn't let me down. So that's going to be it for me today, guys. Thanks as always for watching. If you've listened to any of the records that I've talked about in this video, please let me know what you thought about them down in the comments. If you want to listen to any of these records for yourself, please head over to my WordPress or Steemit blogs because that's where I will be posting music links to all the records that I talk about in any of my videos. And as always, please make sure you head over to my Mixcloud where you can check out Raw Select Radio, which is basically the audio component of this show where I will DJ and play a lot of the records that I talk about on this channel, as well as all the records that are in my collection that I don't get a chance to talk about on this channel. Links for everything, as always, down in the description. But that's going to be it for me today, guys. Thanks as always for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. So until then, peace out!